Welcome back. You're watching To the Bookstore and Back, and I'm Crystal. If this is your first time watching, thanks for sticking with me. I know this channel is basically really new, and I haven't really been able to post after my February TBR that I did at the beginning of February. I didn't really post. I was in the process of finishing up one of my classes, which ended on March 1st. That was when I took my final. In addition to that, I have been moving and trying to find a place to live. So if you are unfamiliar with this background, it's because I'm in a different place. But in the meantime, I figured let me post as soon as I can. So let's just jump right into what I have been reading this last month. February TBR, there was like 7 books, and I read 4 out of those 7, but I also listened to an audiobook, and I'm working on some of them still. So the first book I read last month was 3 Dark Crowns by Kendari Blake. Boy, that was a really good book. I did want to give that book, I believe, 4 out of 5 stars. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my list. It was really good, and what a twist it has at the end. I don't want to tell you what it is, because if you haven't read it, I just highly recommend reading it. I'm excited for book 2. I know there's gonna be a book 2, and I'm really excited for that. The second book I read was, I guess I'm not gonna go in order because I can't remember what order I read them in. But I did listen to the audiobook for Heartless, which is by Marissa Meyer, and I gave that book a 3 out of 5, and it was a very enjoyable read. Like, it was easy. I mean, I listened to it, so it was really easy. I listened to it like going to work or coming from work. I listened to it on the way to wherever I was going, always in the car. I even listened to it at home while I was like just packing or doing stuff like that, and it was really good. I really enjoy Alice in Wonderland like retellings, and that one was really cool because you never really see a retelling in the point of view of the Red Queen, and so this one was really good. And we already know that like it's not a good ending for the Red Queen. Like, we already know what happens to her, so in this sense I really liked seeing how she got to where she was, so I enjoyed that. The third book I did finish was an Ember Nash's. Started it in January and was like determined to finish it that first week of February, and I did. I gave that book a 4 out of 5 stars. It's by Sabaa Tahir. It was excellent. I went into that book thinking that it wasn't gonna be so good, but I really loved that book and what adventure it took me on. I was telling people, like, after I read that, I was like, it's one of those books that stick with you afterward, and I was like sitting there like, oh my gosh, you have to read this book. I mean, it's not like a really happy book, but it is a really impactful book, if you get what I'm saying. So I really enjoyed that. The other book I read was Dark Matter by Blake Crouchley. I'm trying to read like all in different genres, even though like most of my favorite genre is young adult fiction, and specifically young adult fantasy fiction. So I love that, and I love fantasy in general, so I'm always gonna steer towards that, but I am trying to throw in a book here and there that isn't fantasy or isn't young adult. Dark Matter, that book was so good. Okay, 4 out of 5 stars for me. I loved that book. It was so good. It was really like scientific in a way, but scientific in a way that you could understand because everything's explained to you, and it was just so, I mean, it made me think about life. It's really about like decisions. Like, every decision you make, or every question you ask yourself, or every turn in life that you make has either a yes, a no, or left or right. It has different possibilities of what could happen. So like, say I'm like, do I want to go to the grocery store, and I say yes and I go, that's one possibility. Or do I say no and don't go? What happens then? That's another possibility. And it's all about these possibilities going side by side. It was just a real mind warp. Like, I loved it. I really loved that. So I highly recommend that. And the last book I read in February was by Sophie Jordan. It is Rise of Fire, second book to, I think it's I forget the name of the first book, but I'll post what the first book is right here somewhere. I read that first book last year. And I read this just came out. I actually listened to the audiobook again. I found that audiobooks at this point in time, because I was so busy packing and finishing up for finals and just doing that, like I had to get my reading in. But I figure audiobooks are always the best way for me to read sometimes, even though I enjoy like actually opening up the book and reading it like that. Like that's my preferred way. I was okay with reading audiobooks. So oh my gosh, Rise of Fire was really good. I only gave it 3 to 5 stars. I thought it was good. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, like life-changing great or anything like that. It's one of those books that, to me, like I have really memorable books, and then I have books that are like, eh. I thought the first one was better than the second one. The second one was good. It just had a couple elements in there that I really was like, I don't know, iffy about, I guess, or wasn't comfortable with. And if you want to start a discussion or ask me why, then just go ahead and ask below and I can let you know. But I don't want to tell you up here, because I don't know if you've read it, the first one yet, or if you haven't, I don't want to like say anything wrong. But Rise of Fire is good. I don't know if you know, but it's kind of like a retake on another take on Rapunzel, the first book at least. I don't know about the second book's not about Rapunzel. It is about a curse, a girl in a tower who is a princess, and she has something that's very different about her than normal. So I forgot to mention that Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo was on my February TBR, and I did get further in the book, but I did not finish it because I started it at the very end of February. So it's to come. Okay, I'm getting there. I have the sequel, and I want to do a full review on the sequel and the first book at the same time. So I don't want to. I want to do them all. I want to do a full review. With that being said, those are all the books I read in February. What did you read in February? Did you meet all your needs of your February TBR? Did you check every book off your list? Let me know below and tell me what you were reading and what you enjoyed and what you didn't like. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up at the end of this video, and like, comment, and subscribe below. If you want to receive notifications whenever I post a video, just go ahead and press the little button, the little bell. I think it's below the video or above or somewhere like that. Just go ahead and press the little bell button so you can receive all my notifications and never miss a beat. I will be posting my March TBR soon, so stay tuned for that. I really wanted to start doing reviews, and I really wanted to do book tags and stuff like that, but with moving and I don't live in my own place right now, so it's kind of like I gotta find the right time to film, and I haven't found it yet. So once I do, you'll start to see more and more videos. But thank you so much for sticking with me, and if you're from my other channel, Curly Crystal, then thank you for watching both channels. And if you haven't watched both channels, please go and see me on that channel. And thank you so much. Oh, if you have any recommendations for March, please list them below, because I won't be posting March reads yet until like maybe next week. So please go ahead and comment below what you think I should read in March. I'm open to any genre, so just go ahead and like post below. Thank you so much. Bye guys.